迎中华人民共和国主席习近平先生和夫人彭丽媛女士莅临。现在由香港特别行政区行政长官李家超先生和夫人陪同进场，请起立。各位请坐。庆祝香港回归祖国25周年大会暨香港特别行政区第6届政府就职典礼现在开始，请全体起立，奏唱国歌。各位请坐。现在，请香港特别行政区第6任行政长官李家超先生宣誓。恭请中华人民共和国主席习近平先生监誓。
本人李家超谨此宣誓，本人就任中华人民共和国香港特别行政区行政长官，定当拥护中华人民共和国香港特别行政区基本法，效忠中华人民共和国香港特别行政区，尽忠职守，遵守法律，廉洁奉公，为香港特别
accordance with the law, honestly and with integrity, and be held accountable to the Central People's Government of the People's Republic of China and the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. Now, I invite Chief Executive John Lee to lead the principal officials of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region to the stage and take their oath. I invite His Excellency Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, to administer the oath. I swear that in the office of Chief Secretary for Administration of the Government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, I will uphold the basic law of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. Bear allegiance to the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. And serve the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region conscientiously, dutifully, in full accordance with the law, honestly, and with integrity. Person making the oath, Chen Kwok-ki. Thank you, President Xi. Thank you, Mr. Li.
I now invite members of the Executive Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region to take their oath. I invite the Honorable John Lee, Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to administer the oath. I swear that being appointed to the Executive Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, I will uphold the basic law of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. Bear allegiance to the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, and serve the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region conscientiously, dutifully, and in full accordance with the law, honestly, and with integrity. Person making the oath, Chen Kwok-ki. I now invite the Honorable John Lee, Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to deliver his address. Honorable Presidency, distinguished guests, fellow citizens, today, with a humble heart, I have been sworn in by the President of the People's Republic of China as the sixth-term Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, Hong Kong SAR. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Central People's Government and the people of Hong Kong for their trust they place in me. I will lead my governing team to strive to build a more caring and inclusive Hong Kong full of vibrancy, hope, and development opportunities. 25 years ago, at the stroke of midnight on the 1st of July, the national anthem of the People's Republic of China was played, and the national flag and the Hong Kong SAR regional flag were raised gradually at the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center where we are right now. It is at that solemn moment that the Hong Kong SAR was officially established, and the great and innovative principle of one country, two systems was formally implemented. The principle of one country, two systems is the institutional safeguard of Hong Kong and the cornerstone of maintaining Hong Kong's long-term prosperity and stability. It is also a successful national policy that allows Hong Kong to maintain its unique strengths. Over the past 2.5 decades, Hong Kong has made impressive achievements on multiple fronts. It has been recognized as the world's freest economy, the world's #3 global financial center, and the 5th most competitive economy around the globe. Hong Kong is also the world's largest offshore renminbi hub and the world's #1 in terms of air cargo throughput. In addition, 5 of the universities in Hong Kong are in the world top 100. The list goes on. Hong Kong has, of course, also encountered various challenges, including the global financial crisis, the unlawful Occupy movement in 2014, the Mong Kok riots in 2016, the riots and violence in 2019, together with the interference of Hong Kong's affairs by external forces which threatened our national security, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to the full support of the central authorities, the vitality and strength of the one country, two systems principle, as well as Hong Kong citizens' diligence and determination to seek improvements, Hong Kong succeeded in overcoming each and every challenge and moving forward to scale new heights. This fully demonstrates 2 major strengths of Hong Kong. The first one comprises Hong Kong's unique advantages over one country, two systems as a special administrative region, making it possible for Hong Kong to fully integrate into our country's national development, to thrive as a metropolitan city with high international connectivity, and to serve as the most effective gateway between the world and our country. The second is the combination of our own advantages, resilience and strong will of our people, and the concerted efforts of all sectors of the community. It is the greatest honor for me today to shoulder this historic mission given to me by the central authorities and the people of Hong Kong. I know well the great responsibility that comes with it. I will strive to comprehensively and accurately implement the principles of one country, two systems, Hong Kong people administering Hong Kong at a high degree of autonomy, to safeguard the constitutional order of the Hong Kong SAR as defined under the Constitution and the Basic Law, to safeguard our country's sovereignty, national security and development interests, and to ensure the long-term prosperity and stability of Hong Kong. The rule of law is the cornerstone and core value of Hong Kong's success. Since our return to the motherland, the Basic Law has protected the rights and freedoms of Hong Kong residents, as well as the independent judiciary and final adjudication. Hong Kong has been ranked as the world's number 19 in the rule of law, followed by many countries in Europe and America. Being a highly market-oriented and international economy underpinned by the rule of law, Hong Kong has exactly what it takes to be a successful international city. With the enactment and implementation of the Hong Kong National Security Law, Hong Kong has made it to restore order from chaos. The improvement of the electoral system has enabled the implementation of the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. The improved electoral system upholds the principle of one country, two systems, accords with the actual situation of Hong Kong, and caters for the needs of Hong Kong's development. It is therefore imperative that we should cherish and uphold the system for a long time to come, and we should make good use of it to effect sound governance. The next 5 years will be a crucial time for Hong Kong to advance from governance to prosperity. The Hong Kong self-government will press ahead to overcome challenges with a pragmatic and can-do attitude and adopt a result-oriented approach to solve social problems. The governing team will value teamwork and the need to support and complement one another. We are bold to change, willing to embrace challenges and seek innovation in order to enhance the efficiency of governance and tackle problems for the people. Leading officials of the government will proactively intervene to solve problems and make directions to nip problems in the bud. We'll be mindful of the public's expectations in policy making. Even if we may only solve one problem a day, without making such small steps, it is simply impossible to get to faraway places. Through perseverance, we shall succeed. The Hong Kong self-government will enhance Hong Kong's competitiveness and develop the economy. Apart from strengthening our established sectors and reinforcing Hong Kong's status as an international financial, transportation, and trading center, we will strive to fully develop a range of emerging industries under the National 14th Five-Year Plan. Emphasis will be put on development of Hong Kong into an international innovation and technology (INT) hub, leveraging and combining the respective strengths of Hong Kong and the mainland, and facilitating the commercialization of our basic research results as driven by the industry chains, talent, and market forces in the mainland, the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area in particular. In so doing, we'll foster robust growth in INT and various areas and rise to the challenges of global competition. The newly opened Hong Kong Palace Museum, which showcases a rich trove of national treasures plus Chinese history and culture, is set to attract visitors from all over the world to come to Hong Kong and is conducive to the spread of the fine Chinese culture. This, coupled with the M+ Museum of Modern and Contemporary Visual Culture and a series of cultural and arts exhibitions and performances, will work well together in developing Hong Kong into an East-West center for international cultural exchange, thereby enhancing the international positioning of Hong Kong. The Belt and Road Initiative and the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area development also bring us unlimited opportunities and room for development. Development is the gold key to resolving social problems and improving people's livelihood. Our governance will be people-based. We will tackle the problem of land and housing, set up working groups to enhance action and coordination, and expedite developments through improving efficiency and increasing quantity holistically. Diversified sources of land and housing supply will be explored. will also adopt a scientific and precise management approach to bring under control the COVID epidemic situation, strengthen the resilience of our healthcare system, and enhance protection of the elderly and young children. Young people are the future of society. We'll formulate a comprehensive youth policy and development blueprint, broaden the scope for upward mobility of our youngsters, and encourage them to embrace the opportunities of the Greater Bay Area and make their dreams come true. We will enhance our education system and nurture a new generation of youth with an affection for our country, a global perspective, and a perspective of the overall situation as well. Development aside, the government will stay vigilant and strive to keep crisis at bay. We will lay the foundation for stability and ensure that adequate preventive and protective measures are in place to counter threats against national security, financial security, food and health security, supplies security, etc. The government will send officials and delegations to visit overseas countries and regions. We shall make good use of our discourse power to tell the Hong Kong story well and tell them the achievements and real truth about the success of Hong Kong. My campaign slogan is starting a new chapter for Hong Kong together. Together is the key word. The word together reflects the great importance I attach to teamwork. It carries a dual meaning. First, my team and I will stay united, share common goals, and work with concerted efforts to achieve the synergy of 1 + 1 is greater than 2. Second, the government will work together with the community in unity and give full play to our strengths in charting the future of Hong Kong. With the concerted efforts of the government, the community, and the individuals will be working together with one heart and will become even stronger to overcome all difficulties ahead. Fellow citizens, we are now all set at a new starting line. We're in no way complacent about our past achievements and will strive to overcome challenges and problems ahead. Let's join hands and stay united in passing on the Hong Kong legacy of courage and strong will to overcome challenges. Together, we will start a new chapter for building a better Hong Kong, contribute to the long-term stability and prosperity of Hong Kong, and contribute to China's dream of national rejuvenation. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
I now invite His Excellency Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, to deliver his address. Fellow compatriots, dear friends, today we gather here on this solemn occasion to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to the motherland and hold the inaugural ceremony of the sixth-term government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, SAR. At the outset, I wish to extend cordial greetings to all Hong Kong residents and my warm congratulations to Mr. Lee Ka-chiu, the newly inaugurated sixth-term Chief Executive of the Hong Kong SAR, and to principal officials of the sixth-term Hong Kong SAR government and members of the Executive Council. I also express heartfelt appreciation to all fellow Chinese, both at home and overseas, and foreign friends for their support for the cause of one country, two systems, and Hong Kong's prosperity and stability. The history of over 5,000 years civilization of the Chinese nation keeps records of our forefathers tilling the land here in southern China. China's modern history following the Opium War records not just the humiliation of the forced cession of Hong Kong, but also the heroic struggle made by the sons and daughters of the Chinese nation for national salvation. The centenary history of the Communist Party of China rallying and leading the people in an extraordinary endeavor carries chapters of the unique and significant contribution of our compatriots in Hong Kong. Throughout history, Hong Kong compatriots have always stood together with the motherland, rain or shine. And the bond that links us is truly inseparable. Hong Kong's return to the motherland opened a new epoch in the history of Hong Kong. Over the past 25 years, with the full support of the motherland and common efforts of the government of the Hong Kong SAR and people of all sectors, the practice of one country, two systems has achieved success in Hong Kong, recognized by all. Since its return to the motherland, Hong Kong has been a pioneer, riding the wave of our country's great cause of reform and opening up. It has leveraged its role as an important window and bridge, connecting the Chinese mainland with the world, and has thus made an irreplaceable contribution to the miracle of long-term, steady, and fast economic development of the motherland. Hong Kong has become an integral part of the country's overall development and has actively aligned with national development strategies. It has continued to maintain its strengths of being highly free and open and compatible with international rules. Indeed, Hong Kong has played an important role in advancing the new paradigm of China's opening up on a larger scale, across more areas, and in greater depth. Exchanges and cooperation between Hong Kong and the mainland have expanded across the board, and the mechanisms for such exchanges and cooperation have been steadily improved. The stage for Hong Kong compatriots to start business and achieve success has become increasingly broader. Since its return to the motherland, Hong Kong has overcome various difficulties and challenges and forged ahead with steady steps. Be it the global financial crisis, COVID-19, or some intense social upheavals, nothing has stopped Hong Kong's advance. Over the past 25 years, Hong Kong has enjoyed robust economic growth. It's maintained its status as an international financial, shipping, and trading center, and its innovation and technology industry has developed rapidly. Its economy is one of the freest and most open in the world, and it boasts a world-class business environment. Hong Kong's pre-existing laws, including the common law, have been preserved and developed. Its social programs are flourishing, and its society has remained stable as a whole. As an international metropolis, Hong Kong enjoys a vitality that is the admiration of the world. Since Hong Kong's return to the motherland, Hong Kong compatriots have become masters of their own destiny. The realization of Hong Kong people administering Hong Kong and a high degree of autonomy has marked the beginning of true democracy in Hong Kong. Over the past 25 years, the constitutional order of the SAR, which is based on China's constitution and the basic law of the SAR, has functioned smoothly. The overall jurisdiction of the central authorities have been enforced, and the SAR's high degree of autonomy has been exercised in the right way. The Hong Kong National Security Law has been adopted, providing the institutions and norms for upholding national security in the Hong Kong SAR. Hong Kong's electoral system has been amended and improved, ensuring the implementation of the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. The Hong Kong SAR's democratic system is in keeping with the policy of one country, two systems, and Hong Kong's constitutional status. It has served to ensure the democratic rights of Hong Kong residents and to maintain Hong Kong's prosperity and stability. And it holds bright prospects for the future. Fellow compatriots, dear friends, the policy of one country, two systems is a great initiative that has no precedent to follow. The underlying goal of the policy of one country, two systems is to uphold China's sovereignty, security, and development interests, and to maintain long-term prosperity and stability in Hong Kong and Macau. Everything the central government has done is for the benefit of our country, of Hong Kong and Macau, and of our fellow compatriots in Hong Kong and Macau. At the meeting celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to the motherland, I stressed the 2 points that the central authorities would stick to regarding implementation of the policy of one country, two systems. First, the policy should be implemented unswervingly without deviating or wavering. Second, the policy should be applied fully and faithfully without being bent or distorted. Today, I wish to highlight once more that the policy of one country, two systems, having been tested and proved time and again, meets the fundamental interests of the country and the Chinese nation, and those of Hong Kong and Macau. It enjoys the full support of the more than 1.4 billion people of the motherland. It has the unanimous endorsement of Hong Kong and Macau residents, and it is widely recognized by the international community. There is no reason to change such a good system, and it must be adhered to over the long run. Fellow compatriots, dear friends, a review of the past points the way to the future. The rich practice of the policy of one country, two systems in Hong Kong has left us much valuable experience and food for thought. 25 years of practice tells us that only with a deep and accurate understanding of the rules governing the policy's implementation can we ensure
管制权和保障特别行政区高度自治权相统一。香港回归祖国，重新纳入国家治理体系，建立起以一国两制方针为根本遵循的特别行政区宪制秩序。中央政府对特别行政区拥有全面管制权，这是特别行政区高度自治权的源头。同时，中央充分尊重和坚定维护特别行政区依法享有的高度自治权。落实中央全面管制权， 和保障特别行政区高度自治权是统一衔接的。也只有做到这一点，才能够把特别行政区治理好。特别行政区坚持实行行政主导体制，行政、立法、司法机关依照基本法和相关法律履行职责。行政机关和立法机关既相互制衡，又相互配合。司法机关依法独立行使审判权。第三，必须落实爱国者治港，政权必须掌握在爱国者手中，这是世界通行的政治法。世界上没有一个国家、一个地区的人民会允许不爱国甚至卖国叛国的势力和人物掌握政权。把香港特别行政区管制权牢牢掌握在爱国者手中，这是保证香港长治久安的必然要求，任何时候都不能动摇。守护好管制权，就是守护香港繁荣稳定，守护700多万香港居民的切身利益。第四，必须保持香港的独特地位和优势。中央处理香港事务，从来都从战略和全局高度加以考量，从来都以国家和香港的根本利益同国家的根本利益，从国家和香港的根本利益、长远利益为出发点和落脚点。香港的根本利益同国家的根本利益是一致的，中央政府的心同香港同胞的心也是完全连通的，连通世界。这是香港得天独厚的显著优势。香港居民很珍视，中央同样很珍视。中央政府完全支持香港长期保持独特地位和优势，巩固国际金融、航运、贸易中心地位，维护自由开放、规范的营商环境，保持普通法制度，拓展畅通便捷的国际联系。中央相信，在全面建设社会主义现代化国家、实现中华民族伟大复兴的历史进程中， 香港
that
必
in
将
the
做出
historical
重大
course of
贡献。
building a modern socialist country in all respects and achieving the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, Hong Kong will have an even greater contribution to make. Fellow compatriots, dear friends, in the Chinese people and the Chinese nation's great advance from standing up to becoming prosperous and growing in strength, our Hong Kong compatriots have never been absent. Now, Hong Kong is at a new stage of moving from chaos to governance, and then from governance to greater prosperity. The next 5 years will be crucial for Hong Kong to break new ground and launch a new takeoff. Hong Kong faces both opportunities and challenges, and there are more opportunities than challenges. Both the central government and people across all social sectors in Hong Kong have high hopes for the new government of the SAR. And people of all ethnic groups in China wish the best for Hong Kong. Here, I want to express 4 hopes for Hong Kong. First, strive to improve governance. Enhancing the system and capacity for governance and boosting its efficacy is of pressing importance for the development of the Hong Kong SAR. As administrators of Hong Kong, the Chief Executive and the SAR government bear the primary responsibility for administering Hong Kong. You should all faithfully fulfill the oath of office, take solid steps to implement the policy of one country, two systems, uphold the authority of the Basic Law, and dedicate yourselves to the Hong Kong SAR. Officials should be selected on the basis of both integrity and competence. Outstanding individuals who are firm in their love for both the country and Hong Kong, professionally competent and dedicated to serving the public should be extensively drawn into government service. The sense of national identity and a global vision should be highlighted. Plans for Hong Kong's development should be made with the overall and long-term requirements in mind. The philosophy of administration should be transformed and the relationship between the government and the market better balanced. This is to better promote both a well-functioning government and an efficient market. Government administration and conduct should be improved so that officials will demonstrate a new level of commitment and satisfactory performance and take on a new look of good governance. Second, keep strengthening the momentum of development. Hong Kong enjoys a unique position, favorable conditions, and broad space for development. The central authorities fully support Hong Kong in seizing the historic opportunities presented by our country's development and in aligning with national strategies such as the Fourth Five-Year Plan, the development of the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macau Greater Bay Area, and the high-quality development of Belt and Road Corporation. The central authorities fully support Hong Kong in developing more extensive and closer exchanges and cooperation with the world, and in attracting more people who aspire to start up businesses and fulfill their dreams in Hong Kong. The central authorities also fully support Hong Kong in advancing reforms in an active and prudent manner, breaking the impediments of vested interests, and fully unleashing the enormous creativity and development vitality of Hong Kong society. Third, take solid steps to address difficulties in people's lives. As a Chinese saying goes, those who get the benefits of the world take on responsibility for all, and those who enjoy the happiness of the world share concerns for all. As I have said, meeting the people's aspirations for a better life is the goal of all our work. At present, what the people of Hong Kong desire the most are a better life, a bigger apartment, more business startup opportunities, better education for kids, and better elderly care. What the people call for, we must strive to deliver. The new government of the SAR should deliver concrete outcomes and live up to people's expectations. Give top priority to meeting the aspirations of the whole community, especially ordinary people, and act with greater resolve and take more effective steps to address existing problems so that more fruits of development will reach all people in Hong Kong in a more equitable way. Each and every one of them will have greater confidence that as long as they work hard, they are fully capable of making a difference for themselves and their families. Fourth, jointly uphold harmony and stability. Hong Kong is the common home for all its people, and a harmonious family will always prosper. Having gone through ups and downs, people have learned the hard way that Hong Kong must not be destabilized and cannot afford to see chaos. There is extensive consensus that no time should be lost in Hong Kong's development and that all interference should be removed so that Hong Kong can stay focused on development. Everyone living in Hong Kong, regardless of their profession or belief, is a positive force for the development of Hong Kong and can contribute their due share to Hong Kong's development as long as they genuinely support the policy of one country, two systems, love Hong Kong, and abide by the basic law and the laws of the SAR. I hope all Hong Kong compatriots will vigorously promote the mainstream values that are centered on love of our country and love of Hong Kong, and consistent with the policy of one country, two systems, carry forward the tradition of inclusiveness, solidarity, common ground without uniformity, perseverance, and a can-do spirit, and work together to create a better life. In particular, we should care about young people. When young people thrive, Hong Kong thrives. When young people grow, Hong Kong grows. When there is a future for young people, there is a future for Hong Kong. We should help the young gain a keen appreciation of the underlying trend in both our country and the world, and heighten their sense of national pride and ownership. We should help young people overcome difficulties in education, employment, business startup, and home buying, and create more opportunities for them to grow and shine. It is our earnest hope that all young people in Hong Kong will join efforts to build a better Hong Kong and write a splendid chapter in their life with a youthful vigor. Fellow compatriots, dear friends, a line from a Chinese poem reads, "How I wish I could soar the sky on the borrowed wings of a yellow crane." The great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation has become an irreversible historical process. Ensuring the continued success of the practice of one country, two systems in Hong Kong is an integral part of this historical process. We are convinced that on the new journey of realizing our country's second centenary goal, Hong Kong, with the strong support of the great motherland and the solid implementation of the policy of one country, two systems, will surely achieve even greater accomplishments and share, together with fellow compatriots of the motherland, the glory of great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Thank you.
Thank you, President Xi. That concludes the celebrations of the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to the motherland and inauguration of the 6th term government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. Please rise as President Xi Jinping leaves the hall. Chief Executive Mr. John Lee will accompany the President.